Hi, good morning, everyone. In today's meeting, we are going to conduct a training session that I have developed previously. All of you should have already received the style guide by email yesterday. We will start with the training guide. The objective of the guide is to help all staff to know the details of new documentation templates and macros. The guide will provide detailed information of how to be trained and what needs to be prepared for before training and what needs to be changed after training. And firstly is the target audience. The target audience includes all staff in Koala Corporation, especially for office managers. The training will be conducted by Koala training managers. And part two, training materials. All trainees should bring their laptop, which have Microsoft Office set inside. The trainees also need to bring notebooks, pens to write down notes. The trainers should bring visual aids such as screen and PowerPoint to conduct the training. The trainers should also print the training schedule and training guide to every trainees. And the trainers should have relative knowledge and skills to provide training. For example, the trainer should be a proficient Word user and know how to deal with different technical problems. After the trainees should know how to use the new standard templates and macros. All trainees should be able to apply the use of documentation and acknowledge the documentation security. During the training, the whole process should be monitored by human resource manager, and if necessary, changes will be made to the training content, training schedule, or action plan. All trainees should be assessed after the training program. There will be a small quizzes and a final test at the end. At least 50% mark should be obtained to pass the program. If any trainee fails the assessment, another training program should be taken by him.
And you mentioned about the macro. Could you please explain that too?
Yeah, sure. A macro is a series of comments and instructions your group that your group together as a single command to accomplish a task automatically. Typical uses of a macro are to speed up the routine editing and formatting, and to create a Microsoft Word macro. You must click the macro in navigation pane and then click design view to uh, on the design tab in the tools group and click single step. Click run. And if the macro is a new or edited macro, you will be promoted a prompt to save the macro before you can run it. The macro's single dialog box appears. The dialog box displays information about the macro and the macro action, as well as the error number. The 0 in the error number box means no error has occurred. Do one of the following to carry out the action shown in the macro single step dialog box, and click step to stop the macro and close the dialog box, and click stop all macros to turn off single stepping and run the remainder of the macro, and click continue. Any questions?
Yes, so hi Jeff, how am I going to use the macro?
Okay, you can just follow the following steps. So access the drop-down macro tab and click View Macros. And select the macro that you would like to test and click on the Run button. And specify that you would like to carry out a step-by-step assessment of macro. If you see a 0 in the macro number box, then the process step will work effectively. If any problems are identified, then a dialog box will appear and explain the reasons. You should press OK for details of the specific action which failed. And take note of the action name, error, number, and any other information before making the changes in the individual editor. You may choose to run it and edit the macro, increase efficiency. And it's also possible to assign macros to groups for combined action within a document. And thank you for attention for today's meeting, and I will see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm doing the second meeting. So hello everyone, welcome to our brand guidelines training meeting. In this meeting, I will provide you some information about our new style template and macros. New brand and style of Kaola Corporation will be fractionally different from it used to be. Kaola has a useful spirit with an open and informal approach to life. We are warm, welcoming, and witty. This personality should shine through in the words and images used to describe our awesome company to the travelers all over the world. Our communication will make use of several distinct logos. These appear in different combinations depending on our audience and the type of communication. Our logos also are available in several language versions. Logo usage falls into two main categories, corporate and marketing. All corporate applications use the corporate logo and the Kaola watermark. For marketing, different logos apply according to the media they appear in. For example, in the website and the video advertisement, owned content as sponsored content, we can use the Kaola image as the logo appeared in these marketing campaigns. Four distinct colors variations of our logo are available, allowing for flexibility with different types of backgrounds and media. Each variation is available in the language variations described before, as well as in CMYK, RGB, and spot color formats. No other color variations can be used. To ensure legibility, we have established in a minimum size for our marketing logos. The logo should always be at least 2.5 centimeters across or larger. To determine the clear space or exclusion zone at any given size, use the height of the K within Kaola. We want our logos to look good and be used consistently. Here are a few things to avoid, including do not reposition any of the elements within the logo. Do not use pieces of the logo on their own. Do not replace any of the typefaces. Do not change the color of any of the elements. Do not use the logo on colors that will hide or clash with the colors in the logo. Do not use the logo over busy backgrounds, and do not isolate the logo in a white or colored box. For our brand communications, we chose to employ a simple yet bold color palette. Color contributes to the tone and the mood of a layout, whether it's applied to graphics and type or paired with photography. Our color palette consists of blue, black, white, and gray. This color palette gives everything an iconic cruising feel. The color blue represents sea, White adds certification, and when paired with blue, strengthens the association of our brand with Cola Corporation. Black complements our photography and video assets by giving them a documentary feel, while making them stand out. Finally, gray is used as a secondary color of subheads, less important in text, charts, and diagrams. Our typography helps to set the contemporary and clear tone of our communications, from the layout of the headlines to the format of URLs. Every detail plays an important role in establishing our voice. The standards that follow have been designed to provide consistency while still allowing for plenty of flexibility. Our main typeface is Helvetica. Specific weights of the Helvetica are used for different types of text, such as headlines, body copy, and subheads. Arial is our secondary typeface. Arial is only used when our primary typeface is available, which includes certain instances on the web, in PowerPoint presentations, and in the documents created in Microsoft Word or Excel, like letters and memos. Our photography features real person and experiences, always mixed with warmth and personality. Photos should look as though a traveler has actually taken them, rather than feeling staged by a professional photographer. We speak as friends speak. Our writing is casual, personal, and genuine. We don't shy away from emotion. We tell it like it is because we honestly care about customers having a great experience. When describing an experience, we go deeper by focusing on how it feels to be there. What customers see, smell, how it tastes, what it sounds like. No senses are left out. We aren't going to forget the details, but drawing real emotion from our audience is critical when we are looking to create a connection. Our stationary templates have been created with fixed and editable regions, allowing our staff to customize contact details. Staff can download the editable letterhead and mailing label templates from the intranet. Our standard PowerPoint template is also available in English and is fully editable. We encourage the employee to source and insert your own onboard photos to customize this presentation to suit your specific needs. We have included a number of helpful tips and guidelines within the template itself to help you prepare your next presentation. Simply delete the pages you don't require and edit as necessary. Our standard report template is also editable to allow for both consistency and flexibility. When staging an event, it's good to keep in mind the big picture. Use the checklist to produce a memorable event and help give Cola Corporation a unique voice to our customers. In terms of macros, macros are code that automate work in a program. They let you add your own tiny features and enhancements to help you accomplish exactly what you need to do quickly with just a click of button. In a spreadsheet tool like Excel, macros can be especially powerful. Hidden behind the normal user interface, they are more powerful than standard functions you enter into a cell. You can create a macro with Excel commands by recording the keystrokes and mouse clicks, giving the macro a name, specifying how to store the macro. A macro thus recorded can be run with an Excel command. Suppose you have to collect certain results repeatedly. Instead of recreating the table each time, you can have a macro to do it for you. There are two ways to make a macro: coded or recorded. Recording a macro is a good way of getting to know the basics of VBA. Later on, it serves as handy storage for code that you don't need to memorize. When you record a macro, you tell Excel to start a recording, then you perform the tasks you want to be translated into VBA code. When you are done, tell Excel to stop recording, and you can use this new macro to repeat the actions you just performed again and again. So that's all the content in this meeting. Is there any questions?
No.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. So next, I will start the third meeting. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm here to conduct a training session to help you gain an understanding of the new process and the new style guide. I believe that you all have a copy of the new style guide in your hand, so we will go through the guide together. The corporate style is a visual identity of the company. All documents should use this new style guide, such as a workplace health and safety policy and document management policy. The logo used in the documentation is our company's main logo. All materials are available on the corporation official website, and they can only be viewed by the company staff. Calibre 11 font is a body copy, and we use the 1.5 spaces. So when the order is not important, the items can be expressed in the bullet point. The bullet list can also have the sub-items. But when the order is important, the numbering can be used. And we can express the step in the sequence of the steps, such as the first step, second step, and the third step. And the membered list can also have sub-steps. And we all use the 2.45 centimeter margins. We have the color pattern involves 5 primary colors, and you can find each of them in our style guide. And for the graphical treatment, the footers should include the corporation name and the document reviewed date. And Calibre 1140 is a body copy, black full color used on white background, and all the typographic should be left aligned except for title headings, which can be centered if desired. And there is no specific requirements for using the portrait or landscape. The objective of this training is to notice every step in Corolla Corporation that the company has developed a new standard of documentation. The purpose of this training guide is to ensure all appropriate staff have an understanding of the use of standard templates and macros and how it will suit their needs. The target audience will be all appropriate staff in Corolla Corporation, such as office managers. This training will be conducted by an internal trainer who has a better understanding of the organization's objectives, culture, and target audience. The training is a necessary step to help the company make innovation and improvement. And do you have any questions so far?
No. Yes, currently we cannot have so many people gathered in a small room. So how can we do the training together?
Yes, so due to the current situation and the legal requirement of social distance, we decided to use the Zoom and online meeting tool to conduct the training. All the training is needed is internet and laptops, computers or smartphones. Moreover, the trainees should have Microsoft Office in his or her devices. Notebooks and pens will be helpful but not necessary. And the objective of training manual is to ensure that trainees can well prepared for the training program. The trainees will acknowledge the use of standards, templates, and macros. There will be an assessment and a minimum qualified mark in order to pass the assessment. If anyone fails the assessment, the training should be retaken until the qualifying mark is met. 80% mark shows the basic understanding of the training contents, and the feedbacks of the training programs will be conducted at the end of the training. And next, I want to show you how to use the automatic functions. If we type a lot of words in a document, but we want to change a single word into another one, we will need to use the automatic function in the Microsoft Word. For example, if we need to change the word test into book, we need to go to the home button and find replace button. Enter the word text in the find box. Enter the word book in the replace book box, and select replace all. So these steps are pretty easy. And then I want to show you how to create macro in the Word. A macro is a series of commands and instructions that you group together as a single command to accomplish a task automatically. Typical users for macros are to speed up routine editing and formatting. So to create a Microsoft Word macro, you must right-click the macro in the navigation bar and then click the Design view. On the Design tab in the Choose group, click the single step and click Run. If the macro is a new or edited macro, you will be prompted to save the macro before you can run it. The macro single step dialog box appears. This dialog box displays information about the macro and the macro action. 0 in the error number box means no error has occurred. Do one of the following to carry out the action shown in the macro single step dialog box. Click step O to stop the macro and close the dialog box. Click stop all macros, or to turn off the single stepping and run the remainder of the macro, and click continue. Follow this macro test procedure. First, access the drop-down macro tab and click View Macros. Second, select the macro that you'd like to test and click on the Run button. Third, specify that you'd like to carry out a step-by-step assessment of the macro. Fourth, if you see a 0 in the macro number box, then the process step will work effectively. Fifth, if any problems are identified, then a dialog box will appear and explain the reasons. Sixth, you should press OK for details of the specific action which failed. And seventh, take note of the action name, error number, and any other information before making the changes in the Vero editor. And eighth, you may choose to return and edit the macro for increased efficiency. It is also possible to assign macros to groups for combined action within a document. And do you have any further questions?
Yes, so could you tell us how to revise a macro?
Yes, if editing is necessary, then you should follow these steps. First, to view your macro in the normal way. Second, choose from the selection of available macros. Third, click on the Edit button. And fourth, view details of your macro in the Vero Basic Editor and make amendments as necessary. Fifth, receive the macro and the changes will be applied. Sixth, if you require additional assistance, then click on F1 when using the Vero editor. And do you have any other questions?
No.
Yeah, good. That's all I want to train for today. If you have any other questions, please contact me by the email. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.